Hello, everyone. It's Mrs. Christensen speaking with you. Just wanted to give you a play-by-play of this first week of distance learning. I know a lot of you have mixed feelings about what this is all going to be, but one positive is that if you were ever curious about what an online class would be like, you're going to get a really good taste of it with all your classes moving forward, since we use a lot of the same platforms that even some of the online colleges do. So at least there's that. Understand that your teachers are learning things along with you, and there will be growing pains, especially in these first couple weeks. I just ask that you be patient. If you have questions, please reach out, whether that be through email or through some of the online sessions that I'll talk about briefly in just a little bit. But we don't know if you're struggling unless you contact us, and so we really need you to step outside of your comfort zone and do that if that's the case. But we're going to try to take things slowly this first week, and I'm going to show you kind of what I've laid out for you. So you'll notice on our page, I don't have the daily schedule, but rather the whole week laid out. And the reason I have the whole week laid out is because with online classes, I mean, really, if you want to work ahead in some classes, you certainly can do that. And my class would be one of those. So I've laid out what I would expect you to do Monday through Thursday, if you want to keep on pace with everything. I really don't want you to fall behind. So at the bare minimum, you should be doing these things. If you want to work ahead, that's fine, like I said. You'll notice I leave Friday as what I call elk time, or a catch-up day to turn in any missing or late work. And so that's the structure we'll typically follow. Understand, however, that we do have a couple short weeks coming up. Next week is like the 6th through the 8th, and so we won't follow this exactly, but on a typical full week, this is what it would look like. So I'm going to take you through our to-do list for week 1. And that way you can kind of go at your own pace. So I'm going to blow this up first of all. You'll see that there are weekly folders posted, and the only week that you'll be accessing is March 30th to April 3rd for now. We'll release 1 week at a time. And Monday, it says that you need to complete these 3 items. And I want to show you where those are. So in our normal page here, you'll see there's some information on live sessions, on Google Meet links, etc. We'll get to that. But I want to click on this first week, and let's take a look at what I wanted you to do for Monday. So basically, it's these first 3 items according to the daily slide. Introductory info, how to use Google Meet, and the kinetic energy lessons. So going through that, I'm just going to breeze through this. I do expect you to open it. In fact, Schoology makes you open it. I have completion rules on all the folders. I really need you to take the time and comb through this so that you know what is expected of you and how we're going to handle things. So one question that's been coming up is, can I still retake the forces test? And yes, that window is still open. If you're one of those people who feels like you want to retake, please make sure that you do so. By email would be best, and I can kind of set that up on a one-to-one basis. So let me know in a timely manner. Please don't let this go till the end of April or something. Just let me know sooner than later, and we can get that taken care of. What are we covering moving forward? Well, because the 3 physical science teachers were a little bit in different places in terms of that machines unit, we felt that the best way to serve you guys was to start fresh, being that we had this kind of awkward 2-week break. And so we are going to not test on machines and instead start fresh with the energy unit, leaving electricity and waves to also be covered. So basically we have 3 units left, guys. What will the schedule look like? So we will have activities and assignments on Monday through Thursday, leaving Friday for kind of an elk time catch-up day. And that's for late work. And so if there's questions throughout the week, you can definitely ask me in person or online. And what I mean by in person is through these Google Meet sessions. So This schedule will probably be something you'll be seeing from all your teachers because it's a district decided time frame. So what this means is if you have a burning question for me and you're in my third hour class, that means from the 10 to 10:30 window, you will have an option to click a link and meet up via Google, and we can talk through that problem. It says there's a join code posted on Schoology. I'll show you where that is. These Google Meet links are what we're talking about here. So each hour will have its own link. Fifth and sixth, you guys are combined since I have back-to-back hours then. And so you'll just click that in that time frame and you'll reach me. Now, if you're first hour and you're trying to click this at 8 a.m., you won't get me, but from 9 to 9:30, you will. These are some of the topics we'll be covering for the upcoming weeks. This is one of the most important paragraphs here is explaining how this class will be run. So I'll publish a folder weekly. I'll probably have it up on Sunday, if not really, really early on Monday. There will be assignments and activities that you need to complete in order, otherwise you'd be completely confused. A lot of these assignments will be either Schoology quizzes that are relatively short or a Google Doc assignment. In the lessons, you will not always hear my voice. I start this unit on energy with the first few lessons. Mr. Olson covers a few lessons kind of in the middle of the unit, and Mr. Durand finishes up the rest. But just because you have a question maybe on something that Mr. Durand covers in his video notes doesn't mean you can't ask me. I'm still your teacher. I cover the same material. It's just that that's how we divided the speaking parts. And so if at any time you need some clarification, reach out to me, your teacher. It says the deadline for everything, I have to change this here, will be Thursday at 3 p.m. And so all those activities, Monday through Thursday, need to be completed and submitted by 3 p.m. on Thursday, and that's for full points. If, however, you have missing work, what will happen is I'll grade all those Thursday afternoon. I'll send out emails to parents of kids who have missing work. You will have Friday and Saturday to work on and submit any late assignments for partial credit. You have Saturday until midnight to get that partial credit. After that, the assignments become a 0, so make sure you're staying on task here. Retests will still happen if you want them. We'll still have a summative exam after every unit, so really you just have 3 tests left. After I grade it and I submit it, you will have an opportunity to retake. This will show up as a second test in its own folder. It'll be clearly labeled as the retest. It will also clearly have a deadline posted, okay? So that's, make sure you open that on your own and you take some time to read through some of the finer details there. The next thing I wanted you to click on is how to use Google Meet in my class. This is my schedule. You'll notice I have no class second hour, that's just my prep, and fourth hour I have to dedicate to Avid. But all these other hours is when you can access me, and remember, those links are posted in this purple folder on the main page. I want you to go through and click through some of the tutorials here. You'll see kind of what it'll look like when you're about to join. It switches in this presentation to Mr. Beckerman. He's our tech guy in the district, but I kind of stole his presentation. And so you can kind of learn some of the features in Google Meet and what some of the buttons do, and it's pretty straightforward. So please take the time to take a look through that. And then finally on Monday, I want you to open up the lesson on kinetic energy. It's just a video lesson that I do want you to take notes on as you go physically. In fact, I remind you of it several times in these videos. You learn it so much better by physically taking notes. After that, you're done for Monday. Tuesday says you're going to do a reading in kinetic energy and do a short quiz. So in that same folder, you'll see the reading, you'll open it, and then take a quiz. Now that quiz will have a lot of problems to do, so if you do need to reference your notes, that would be smart. In fact, I do almost all these on paper when I take the quiz myself. You'll notice you do have to score at least a 70% to move on. Day 3 covers potential energy. There will be another video lesson and then a short quiz to go along with that. And then finally, day 4 is a PhET lab where you'll actually open up a Google Doc and access an outside website. Now I'm going to have a separate tutorial on that, and I'll post it in here in the day 4 folder as well, so you know exactly what to do. But that's just kind of the play-by-play of this week. Again, you can go at your own pace. I know that this week is going to be tough with learning online platforms for all your different classes, but understand that we get it and we're feeling your pain, and it's going to take some planning on your part and some discipline to really stay on task with online classes because there are so many distractions at home. But I hope that you take this opportunity to really start to actually do something. Hopefully, you're excited to fill your time, and it's been a boring couple weeks probably for most of you. So I hope that you attack this and get going right away. So again, reach out to me with any questions, and again, here's our Google links for those time frames, and then our weekly schedule to follow as well. Thursday, 3 p.m. is the deadline for those materials. Late work has to be in by Saturday at midnight for any credit. So until next time, bye.